this episode. I simply cannot work under these conditions.
This is actually horrendous. 1/20th. Oh!
I noticed you haven't been playing with that new camera I got you lately.
I think that's the end of this camera. I think it's just about died. I got splattered. Oh no, it's brilliant. If this is your house, I'm not being a creeper or a perv. It's super sharp, but I'm also capturing the action. Please don't sue me. Oh God, this is awful.
If you're a really good photographer, you can get great images with any camera.
I don't know how much I could stand of this.
In the middle of a dangerously cold Arctic blast in Nova Scotia, Canada, most people are hunkering down, avoiding the very real threat of frostbite. Most people. It takes a special kind of imbecile to willingly embrace the ravages of a Canadian winter.
I've picked the worst possible day to do this tutorial. It's minus 28 Celsius here on the coast in Nova Scotia, and it's hellish. This is what hell is. Hell isn't warm and hot. Hell is bloody freezing cold. Anyway, I've decided to come out and do this tutorial on the beach of all places, mainly because I figured there'd be some really interesting ice formations, and already I can see quite a few. Have a look at this business. But I'm going to go a little bit further down the beach, about half a kilometre, because I know that there's a decent rock formation out there, and if that's covered in ice, oh God, this is awful. I honestly don't know if this is going to work, because I don't know how much I can stand of this, and I don't even know if this microphone's picking me up. Anyway, I'm going to head down there and hopefully find something shot worthy. Oh God.
I was already longing for the comfort of a warm vehicle.
So I found this absolutely amazing little scene here. These are some rock formations that I know quite well, and right from the very first second that I saw them months ago, I thought to myself, I bet if they get covered in ice, I could get an absolutely killer shot here, even on a disgusting grey day like this. And I've got to say, I framed up this composition, which I quite like, but if I just turn this around here, what's making the shot, if you watch these waves crash, you can see the waves splatter into the scene. And this is a perfect demonstration of when you want to choose camera settings that kind of go against the concept of keeping everything clean and sharp. What I want to do is capture those splashing waves there, those crashing waves at really fast shutter speeds. And as you can see, it's really dingy. It's almost dark. It's almost sunset. I would say the sunset's, it's probably setting somewhere right about now. So what do you do when you want a super sharp image, but you want to capture fast motion at high speed? Well, you have to compromise. And so in this instance, what I've had to do is switch off all of the things that I usually have switched on, and that is the 2-second timer. I've had to open up my aperture to 2.8. Usually I'd shoot this at about f8 or f11. I've had to crank up my ISO settings, so I know it's going to be kind of noisy. However, what you can do with a shot like this is what I call a hybrid. So I'm going to shoot multiple frames with super high speed burst mode at about 1,000th of a second, so that I can capture those crashing waves there. And when I've got a good selection or collection of those shots, then I'm going to wait till the waves aren't crashing, and then I'll do a proper focus stacked, probably f11, maybe even f14 shot of these rocks and all that ice, and then I'll blend them together. So it's the best of both worlds. It's super sharp, but I'm also capturing the action. I am absolutely frozen. I think there's probably ice all over my face. Oh, I missed that one. That was great. Basically what I'm trying to do with this composition is, hopefully you could see this, I've got this beautiful rock formation here in the right, and then in the left there's all of this empty space, but when the waves crash like you're about to see now with this one, you get this lovely splash. And honestly, I've never seen sea sludge, which is basically ice. It's like snow sludge. I've never seen snow sludge waves before. They just lap up and then splatter all over this foreground here and make more cool ice formations. It's a brilliant scene. And so what I'm having to do is, I'm doing 2 shots. Basically, I'm taking a shot of this scene and focus stacking that whole scene just to get everything in it. And then I'm changing everything. I'm changing all of my settings so that I can then take multiple exposures of this area here where the wave is crashing. And of course, I have to change my settings. Oh, here we go. Oh, that one's quite nice. I have to change my settings to high speed burst mode. I open up my aperture and I shoot with a higher ISO. So I'm trying some of those. Oh, look at this one. Oh, I thought that was going to be a big one. So I'm trying some of those that are really fast, like 1,000th of a second. And then I'm sort of doing a sort of compromise in between at something like 1/20th. Oh, I got splattered. 1/20th of a second, and I got ice all over my lens there. Oh my God. That might have killed my camera.
I am not too proud to admit that at this point, I'm both financially and emotionally brimming my pants.
Okay, the camera was not happy with that. Well, that might be the... Oh God.
I've quickly reached a state of acceptance, and now I'm mentally pricing up a replacement off Amazon.
All right.
But how on earth am I going to get through the rest of this video?
I think that's the end of this camera. I think it's just about died. So I'm going to wrap this up and explain the rest of this from the comfort of my armchair. So I wanted to carry on shooting there, but that was just destroying my gear. I'm completely covered in ice. And if that's making me very uncomfortable, then these fragile electronics are not going to be able to handle it. And it was frustrating because there was a spot just a bit further up where you could see it in the distance of that shot. There was a rock almost in the centre, just off to the right, which I've looked at before, and I think that would make an excellent subject. But this is actually horrendous. I thought when I moved to Nova Scotia that it wouldn't be anywhere near as bad as the Canadian Rockies in winter, because I've experienced hellish temperatures and conditions up there in the mountains. I thought, you know, it's not going to get that cold, but it's way worse because you've got all of this ocean wind which has got salt in it. So I was standing knee deep in frozen ice from the ocean. It was frozen seawater, and of course it's splashing all over your lens and your hands don't work. So it's so much worse than being in the Rockies just because of the ocean. You know, I never expected it would be that bad, and it's not even that bad compared to previous years. I think it would be even worse if it was minus 35 with a wind chill. So this is quite an eye-opener, quite horrendous. But I haven't seen it yet. I haven't finished it. Obviously, I've just shot that image, but I really loved what I was seeing on the back of the camera. So I'm hopeful that this shot is worth all of the misery and suffering.
I like this slower shutter speed or the much faster shutter speed that I'm going to show you in this next image. So please help me decide. Post a comment, let me know which version you prefer and the reasons why. I'd had enough of those painfully cold winds off the coast, and I decided to drive a bit further inland to find a more gentle winter scene on the way to grab some nosh. As I was driving by on my way to get some groceries, I spotted this absolutely magical scene here. And this is the kind of stuff that I love about Nova Scotia. You get these old historic buildings, they're everywhere. Most people's houses are 100 years old or more. And then all you got to do to make it magical is cover it with a blanket of snow. And this is just really beautiful, puffy, fluffy stuff. I'd say it's about 4 inches deep at the moment.
I'm hoping to get even more overnight, so I might even come back and redo this. But that, to me, that's just a begging for it, this shot. It looks like it's, I'm not going to say abandoned, but it might be like a summer home or something like that, and maybe the people are out of town. So if this is your house, you know, I'm not being a creeper or a perv. I'm just really like your house covered in snow, so please don't sue me. Anyway, so this shot is a gimme. It really is it's just a telephoto shot. I've just stood here with the 100 to 400, and the shot that I just got was at about 280, I'm gonna say, maybe 250, and it's just a simple shot where I'm just putting off the house to one side. And what I've done is I've tried a variety of shutter speeds. I thought I would try one to try and get some streaks of the snow coming down. I thought I'd try some really fast ones just to get the snowflakes just frozen in motion. Not sure how those look, but I do know that the long exposure does kind of look the best on the back of the camera anyway. And I shot that one at f16, and I think it was a couple of seconds, maybe 4 seconds, I can't remember. Anyway, it's about as simple and lazy as it gets. The car is 50 feet away. I really wish that there was someone staying here right now, because then if the lights were on, I'd stick around a little bit longer for blue hour. It's almost blue hour right now, actually. But can you imagine some lovely, warm, cozy orange lights coming from those windows? Magical. Anyway, if this shot turns out to be any good, here's a shot.
You know, once again, I can't decide which shutter speed gives the most pleasing image. So please post a comment and let me know which one you prefer, and of course, the reasons why. Thank you. The next day was only -1 Celsius, so we went on the hunt for more landscape photography adventures. However, Amanda had a complaint.
What's for dinner, love? I'm a bit hank.
I was gonna make you pork tenderloin and potatoes.
Oh, I like pork tenderloin and potatoes.
But you know those buds take a while.
Yeah,
so.
that's alright. I got nothing else to do but edit video. non-stop editing video.
I noticed you haven't been playing with that new camera I got you lately.
Oh no, it's brilliant. I love it. I'll definitely, you know, like feature it in a video real soon. I just got to get to grips with the controls and all that.
That was hard for me to find.
Was it? Yeah. Amazon, 2 minutes.
Well, Amazon 12 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody will be interested to see my new camera. It's definitely got a certain vibe to it, hasn't it?
If you're a really good photographer, you can get great images with any camera.
It's true. The poor workman blames his tools, I guess. Well, we'll see. I'm not sure that this next location is perfect. It's the telephoto probably, so we won't use it just yet.
Well, because it's a snowy day, I'll let it slide today.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see it soon.
No, I really do appreciate your Christmas gifts, love. They're always brilliant.
I try. I really try. You're picky. You're hard to shop for.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm a 50-year-old man who's got all his gadgets already. I mean, what more do I need?
Yeah. So when I get you a present, I think, what would I really like? And then I get it for you.
All right. I see.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I thought that prune juice was really good for you a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I did.